What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the 5th episode of the No Cell Podcast. I am Jeremy, also known as Home, and I'm joined by Billy.
Yeah, what's up? I am on the podcast of the two not very meaty men discussing big meaty men bumping meat.
That is correct. We are back. Sorry about not uploading last week. I ran into some technical issues, but those are all fixed now.
You got that figured out, yep.
Yep.
Tommaso Ciampa is the number 9 entrant to the Rumble.
Oh my goodness.
I am simulating a Royal Rumble on WWE 2K20 currently, and I will keep people updated as things happen.
Oh my god.
Right now, the ring is Ciampa, Ted DiBiase Sr., Edge, Dash Wilder, Jim Neidhart, Keith Lee, and Trent Seven. Edge is currently throwing Trent Seven out of the ring, and it appears Trent Seven has survived. Anyways, on
So
the
yeah,
podcast.
you're going to get a lot of that this podcast, I guess. There was a good amount of wrestling news this week, and really over the last 2 weeks that we'll go over. A Twitter question, and then what's up?
There's been a lot of wrestling in the past 2 weeks, yes.
Yeah. We have another
Wrestling
single.
never stops.
It really doesn't. There's no off seasons.
That's the best and worst part of it.
Yeah. We have another single Twitter question, and then we'll be reviewing NXT, Raw, SmackDown, AEW, and then going over our predictions for the Royal Rumble card that is this weekend.
Speaking of Royal Rumble, 3, 2, 1. Cesaro enters 10!
Oh my god.
What if Cesaro won the Rumble? I'd be for it.
I would. I've been wanting that for like 5 years.
At least let him eliminate Brock and give him something to do.
That'd actually be a really good feud.
That'd be such a good match.
Yeah.
I still want the Cesaro versus Johnny Gargano match that got canceled when Johnny was half called up.
Oh, man.
It was supposed to be on SmackDown. That'd have been a match. Anyways, how do you want to start this podcast?
Let's go over the news for the week. Well, the last 2 weeks.
Alrighty. RVD got Impact banned from Twitch.
Yeah, RVD did get TNA banned from Twitch.
They're not TNA, they're Impact
Oh,
Wrestling.
yeah, my fault. I'm sorry.
Show some respect. Speaking of that, Impact is doing a TNA anniversary sort of show, WrestleMania weekend. I don't know who's going to be on it because a lot of like TNA originals are signed to companies that will not allow them to work for TNA.
Yeah.
Like, I noted that, which one? Alex Shelley has agreed to work Joey Janela's WrestleMania Spring Break weekend thing. So he will not be at said TNA show, among many other people. Oh, Jim Neidhart just eliminated Keith Lee.
Do the, are the NWA guys allowed to work that show? Do you know?
I'd imagine so, because the NWA is some pretty independent company. I think Ted DiBiase just got eliminated. Good lord, Jim Neidhart is cleaning house. No, Dash Wilder's gone!
Oh my goodness. Okay. Because I'd imagine they are, because there's a lot of guys in NWA who are former TNA superstars.
Yeah. Yeah, it's, what the heck? I forget what the guy's name is, but the guy that runs NWA used to work for TNA.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so there's probably going to be some... I don't know, that TNA show will at least be worth watching.
Yeah, I'll probably...
Maybe an Ultimate X match or something like that.
Yeah, I'll probably tune into it.
Back to the news. You won't tune into it. It's Mania weekend.
I mean, if it's not on Sunday, I'll watch it.
There's a takeover that Saturday, I'd imagine.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Dang. Okay.
Oh,
I'll check it out at
find
some
time to
point.
watch a lot of wrestling stuff. Yeah. It'll be cool to watch, because TNA was, had some high spots.
Yeah.
It'd be sick if they could get guys like Joe and AJ out of their WWE obligations.
Oh, yeah.
But that probably wouldn't happen.
Yeah. WWE. Vince will never allow that.
Sadly.
So, moving on.
Ciampa's been eliminated. The ring is currently Jim Neidhart, Cesaro, and Edge. Moving on.
So.
Kurt Angle enters 11.
Oh my god.
Edge just hit an execution. Anyways.
Matt Hardy had a match on Raw 2 nights ago, and he came out, and we'll get more into it later as we review Raw, but his music hit. I was like, oh shoot, it's Matt Hardy. That's cool.
Yeah, I was like, oh, hey, Matt Hardy, what's he gonna do?
Yeah, he has a wrestler.
I had the same thought process.
I remember that
like
guy.
Drew
He hasn't been
McIntyre
on
or something.
TV.
Yeah, I like him. And he does the thing where he goes through all of his gimmicks during his entrance. And I'm like, okay, oh, Bobby Lashley's 12. But I'm like, oh, hey, that's a character. That's cool.
Yep. And then we found out his opponent was Eric Rowan.
Poor Matt.
Yeah, so Matt got squashed in about 3 or 4 minutes, and then afterwards,
What should have happened was Matt Hardy's music hits, and Rowan comes out and opens the cage. And Matt Hardy crawls out from that tiny cage. What if Hornswoggle was in the cage? Oh, Pac enters 13.
Oh my god. So, Matt Hardy got squashed and then took to Twitter and tweeted out. He noticed that Matt Hardy was trending on Twitter, number 17 worldwide, and tweeted out, "Wow, thanks for all the love and support from around the world. I'm trending number 17 worldwide because of my WWE slump and string of Raw losses. Hope you're enjoying my WWE TV appearances. At this rate, there won't be many more."
Which is kind of sad to think about, because that's Matt Hardy. But, I mean, he'll probably move on to something better. He's going to be the Dark Order leader, watch.
That would, oh my god, that'd be really amazing.
Number 14 in the Rumble was the WWE 2K My Career baseball mascot Ribby.
So
He's getting tossed around by Kurt Angle.
real quick before I get into the next piece of news, I want to do the Twitter question first because this leads into the next piece of news.
It does, yes.
Astro said, "Do you think Edge returns to wrestling?" Because there's been a lot of speculation.
Wrestling?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me pull that
I
up.
think he'll have a match at some point, probably in Saudi, because that's where everyone has matches. But I think he'll have a match at some point. However, I do not think he returns at the Rumble, because he said he's not returning at the Rumble.
Yeah. I'd agree with that.
Although he looks jacked now, so he's definitely going to get in a WWE ring again.
I haven't seen
And
him
I
recently.
mean, he took a curb. I mean, he took a curb stomp at one point, so
Yeah, that's true.
he took a blackout.
So, I don't remember the interview he was doing, but Edge was doing an interview and was asked about all the speculation surrounding a possible return, and he said, and I quote, "It's kind of funny, to be honest, all these rumors that I've been to Pittsburgh and been cleared to wrestle and I've signed a new contract. I have no idea where any of them came from. The last time I was in Pittsburgh, I had my wrist fused in 2013. I don't know."
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be in a Rumble, although that would be a cool way to
That
do
would be such a massive return.
It'd get a huge pop.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Bret Hart 17. Kurt Hawkins just eliminated someone.
Oh my. You gotta really suck to be eliminated by the Kurt Hawkins.
I don't even know who it was. Who was it? Oh, it was Pac.
Oh
AEW's
God.
not going over.
That's such on brand.
Zombie Robert Roode is looking to eliminate. Zombie Robert Roode just eliminated Kurt Angle. And Ribby's been eliminated.
So, last piece of news I want to get into was actually something we were going to cover last week. Marty Scrull, who was probably the hottest free agent in wrestling, who a lot of people speculated would join AEW with the rest of his elite buddies, has re-signed with ROH and has been
He
given...
didn't resign. He now owns ROH.
Yeah, and is now head of creative control.
He got some ridiculously high-paying contract. He's head of creative. He only works so many dates. I think he's free to work with pretty much any other company he wants.
That dude is winning at
He's
life
going
right
to be
now.
doing his NWA stuff. He is one of wrestlers right now, yes. If he makes if ROH starts to trend upwards, he could take a lot of credit for that.
Yeah.
And in the grand scheme of wrestling, he could become huge. He did what's best for him.
I feel like AEW offered him 49% of Inner Circle LLC, and so ROH countered with head of creative control.
Maybe. I could see something like that happen. Did you see Being the Elite?
I am not.
It opened with Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks sitting in a room talking on the phone, calling Marty and offering him that, and Marty accepted. And the Bucks said something like, "We signed a villain," and Kenny's like, "No, he's a pretty good guy." It turned out he called Marty Giannetti.
Oh my god.
It was a good episode.
Yeah, I'm really behind on Being the Elite. I need to catch up on that.
I'm seeing that Naomi will return at the Rumble.
Oh. Okay.
Viking Raider Eric is number 20 in the Rumble. R-Truth was like 18, I think.
Nice.
Jake Roberts is in the Rumble at this point. Zombie Robert Roode is giving him the business.
So, you want to get into NXT?
Oh, yeah. NXT. Well, it's Wednesday when we're recording this. So NXT 2 weeks ago.
No, last week. Oh, yeah.
Well, last week, but 2 weeks ago by the time this gets out.
Yep.
I guess I'll sort of recap what happened, but I'm not going to go into the detail I wrote it in for the most part.
Yeah, it's...
NXT started with the Undisputed Era. This was something that irked me about NXT last week. It started with the Keith Lee cutting a promo and the Undisputed Era jumped him, and then Ciampa made a save. And then later on in the show, we got a Ciampa promo where the Undisputed Era jumped him, and Johnny Gargano made a save. And all this really was to set up Keith Lee doing another pounce spot and the DIY reunion.
Yep.
Which Saturday DIY versus Mustache Mountain is going to be a thing at Worlds Collide, and now I want to watch Worlds Collide, so they did well there. Except the new DIY shirt looks terrible. I hate it. They could have done better. They should have done better.
Yep.
But I wouldn't mind, even though they said it's a one-time thing for old time's sake, I wouldn't mind if they brought DIY back just because of this tag team division. But it's not terrible, but it'd be nice if there was just more to it.
At least for a little bit.
They're bringing in UK teams for the Dusty Classic, which isn't a bad thing, but it's just a sign of they need some kind of life in the tag division.
Yeah, for sure.
But after the Undisputed Era did the spot where you put a chair around someone's ankle and they jumped off the top rope to stomp it to do an ankle breaker, but they didn't hit all of it apparently. Then after that, the Broserweights match. It was high paced. There were 4 really athletic men going back and forth the whole time. It was a fast match. Like, it was over quickly, but it was also a really fast paced match, and it was really fun to watch.
Yeah, those are really fun.
I'm excited to see how far those two go and if they become a thing past the Dusty Classic. It gives both of them something to do as well as gives you yet another tag team.
Yep.
After that, there was that Ciampa promo. Johnny Wrestling came in for the save. The Undisputed Era, by the way, their whole thing is strength in numbers. They lost 2-on-4 fights that night.
How do you do that?
Exactly. They lost... And it was really like 1-on-2 because they already kicked the hell out of the other guy. And Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa aren't bigger than the Undisputed Era. So it's like, how did we get here? But anyways, after that we got the Kushida and Alex Shelley match. They ended up losing. They brought Alex Shelley back it was a one-time thing. He's not signed to NXT full-time.
Oh, man.
He's got other commitments. He's a part-time wrestler. I mean, if he doesn't want to wrestle full-time, he doesn't want to wrestle full-time.
Yeah.
More power to you.
He's got to be pretty old, right?
I wouldn't say pretty old, but he's kind of old, yeah.
Like early... Damn, he's only 36.
Yeah. But didn't both Machine Guns go through lots of injuries?
What was the other guy's name? Something Saban?
Yeah. Kris Saban.
Oh, Kris Saban. Okay.
Yeah. Both of them went through a bunch of injuries. I remember one of them.
Hey, Kris Saban's 37.
TNA.
That means they were like
young.
When they got to TNA, they were like 24, 25.
Yeah.
That is wild.
After the Time Splitters losing to the Grizzled Young Vets, who claimed that the Time Splitters were a team of the past, and the Grizzled Young Vets are the future, Robert Stone cut a promo saying, "Oh, Seth Rollins is the 25th entrant." That's not what he said. Him and Chelsea Green were walking to a car, and he said he pulled Chelsea Green from the Battle Royal for the #1 contendership because she needs her moment. Then we got DIY outside in the parking lot. Ciampa was like, "Wow, I owe you one, Johnny." And Johnny was like, "Did you see what Mustache Mountain said? They called us out. Let's do this for old time's sake." And then Keith Lee pounced, I think it was Adam Cole, into a bush and then threw another one against the car. Then we got the Battle Royal for the #1 contendership. It was, Nick Jackson's the 26th entrant.
Yo, the Young Buck.
This is an invasion. We've had Pac and Nick Jackson. But the Battle Royale was probably better than the Royal Rumble. There was a lot going on in it. It ended with Bianca Belair winning by throwing Io Shirai over. I don't mind that, because for Rhea Ripley, she can't beat someone like Io Shirai now and bury any momentum she has. But Bianca Belair, while probably not winning it, TakeOver Portland will put on a good match.
Right.
Oh, this isn't fair. Seth Rollins is in the ring, and here comes Akam.
Oh my goodness.
Don't give him an apostle of pain.
He planned this out.
He did. Watch the next one be Razor and Buddy Murphy be 30. Anyways, that was NXT.
I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, I noticed that, yeah, like you said, that the DIY return, I noticed it wasn't too well received on social media.
Was it?
I mean, from what I saw, a lot of people were like indifferent about it. Like, they either loved it because they love Ciampa and Gargano, but
Gargano, yeah.
I saw some people kind of treat it like the Shield reunions that they used to do, where...
Oh yeah, it's definitely like that. It really doesn't make sense at all, but this is the third time they've reunited. Oh, Big Boss Man was 28. He's basically an author of pain. But, that's not fair. Zombie Robert Roode was in the match, and now actual Robert Roode's in the match. But no, I mean, my take on it, I love DIY. I'll pop whenever they do things. But it really doesn't make that much sense. This is the third time they've become a team. They had the original run. Then Ciampa turned on him. Then they were going to... then Ciampa and him sort of reunited, and then Ciampa was going to turn on him, but Johnny was too smart for him and threw him off the stage instead, and Ciampa got hurt, and then after he came back from injury, it was to celebrate Gargano winning the NXT title. So we're in this weird place where they don't not like each other at the moment, but it's kind of shoehorned. I blame the Full Sail crowd for this. This is all their fault for cheering Ciampa.
Yeah.
The guy spit on the Mexican flag and you racists cheered him.
You're not wrong.
And this is what we get. A confused face Ciampa.
Yeah, they are in kind of a weird dynamic right now.
Yeah, but anytime I hear the DIY theme and those two are having a tag match and they set up to meet in the middle, I will pop.
Right.
And that's pretty much the positive reception you're getting out of that.
Right.
And like I said, the tag division's in this weird place where it doesn't desperately need talent, but it's not full, so any more tag teams help.
Yeah.
The TakeOver Portland card is looking pretty good. Right now we have Johnny versus Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair. Both of those matches will probably be really good.
Oh, yeah.
I'd imagine Adam Cole's going to have a title defense, probably against Ciampa.
I'd be forgetting that Finn Balor's in...
Yeah.
No, that Finn Balor's in NXT.
Yeah. I mean, I do mostly because Johnny got hurt and slowed that story down.
Yeah.
But now that that's back, and Johnny said that he threw away Finn Balor's map and put NXT in a spaceship, and now we're on the moon. and that
That's such a
storyline
great
can
quote.
continue, I guess. The 30th entrant in the Royal Rumble is Corrupt Jack Gallagher.
What the heck?
The ring is Robert Roode, Bret Hart, Nick Jackson, Seth Rollins, Overlord Samoa Joe, and Corrupt Jack Gallagher. Brock was never entered in the Rumble.
That's awesome.
Oh! Who just got eliminated? Gallagher just eliminated someone. Who are you? Oh, Robert Roode. But, yeah, NXT. Tonight, I'm gonna assume that, what's his name wins the title, so to fill out that card, because I think takeovers are all 5 matches. We have women's title match, non-title match. Well, I don't know if the Dusty Classic's over, we'll get a tag title match, and I'm imagining Adam Cole will have a match.
Yeah.
Anyways, you want to move on to AEW?
Sure, let's do it.
We could go off of what happens tonight since it was recorded and have spoilers.
I mean, if you want to.
So last week, Kenny Omega and Hangman Page beat 3 other actual tag teams, pinning Chuck Taylor, an actual tag team wrestler, to earn a number 1 contender shot.
You're really hooked on that.
AEW's big thing was that they were going to have the best tag division in the world.
It's really...
And here we are, less than a year into their lifespan.
It's not that great.
Our second tag champions ever. And they have tag teams. They have really good tag teams. Oh, curb stomp! Nick Jackson takes a curb stomp. But, speaking of Nick Jackson, but their tag division, their first tag champs were SCU. Okay, they're a cool tag team. They didn't really do much with it. You have Private Party, you have Best Friends, you have the Lucha Bros, you have the Young Bucks, you have tag team talents, and your second ever tag champs after a pretty forgettable tag team championship run with SCU is Hangman, Adam Page, and Kenny Omega, whose storyline is that they're kind of dysfunctional.
Right.
So we're putting over that tag team wrestling takes a backseat to individual skill here, and especially with this storyline where these two are not the most functional thrown together tag team.
Right.
At least other thrown together superpower tag teams aren't necessarily beefing.
Yeah.
It's like
This
Team
is...
Hell No without any of the comedy aspects right now.
Yeah, this is like such a total WWE move where they would put like John Cena and Randy Orton in a tag team match for a match, and they would beat an established tag team.
That's my dream tag team, though.
That is a pretty good one.
That is my number 1 dream tag team ever. But, I mean, it's like these guys, it's sort of, I guess the dynamic is that Hangman's separating from the Elite and all his friends, and Kenny's trying to keep everything together.
Yep.
But I think we've had as many buckshot lariats to Kenny Omega as we have other teams.
It's
and
not...
they won a tag match.
Yeah, it's not a good look when...
I just don't love it.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
It's not a good look when you have, like you said, 2 guys who are dysfunctional and having issues and are really singles competitors, not a real tag team, beating 3 other of their top tag teams for the for a chance to receive a number 1 contendership match.
By the way, the final 3 in our Royal Rumble are Corrupt Jack Gallagher, Overlord Samoa Joe, and Nick Jackson. I swear to God, if Nick Jackson wins the Rumble, Super Kick!
Okay, chill out.
Oh, come on, Jackson, do it. Anyways, so yeah, our tag team champions are dysfunctional unit of Kenny and Hangman. They're gonna turn on each other to lose the belt. Our third tag team title change isn't gonna be because the other tag team beat them. It's gonna be because these two couldn't get along.
Yeah.
That more likely than not.
Yeah, that is probably what happens.
They need a mid-card title. Somewhat off topic, but I feel like Hangman Page should be the first mid-card champion.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
Ever since he won that battle royal on the first show, I was thinking he'd be a perfect first mid-card champion.
Yeah.
Our final two is Joe and Nick Jackson. Nick Jackson is pointing at the WrestleMania sign. Spear!
Okay, chill out.
Anyways, after the so last week after the Fatal 4-Way Tag Match to Crown, and after that match, I felt like Hangman and Omega would win it, and they did.
Yep.
But we got Cody answering MJF's stipulations. Yeah, where he accepted all of these.
Yep.
And said said MJF's lazy. Cody is a fantastic speaker right now.
Yeah, called him lazy. This was just really good. MJ, I just still can't get over MJF's stipulations to have a match.
Oh, Nick Jackson won the Rumble!
Okay, this dude.
AEW is going to WrestleMania. Alright, time to simulate the Young Bucks versus Buddy Murphy and Seth Rollins.
They have another match on that card.
I will put this match together. Anyways, after that was the shit show that was Kris Statlander and Haku Kushida versus Mel and Awesome Kong.
You don't like
Mel is not good at wrestling, and neither is Brandy, who filled in for Awesome Kong, who was not there. What stipulation should we put on this WrestleMania match, by the way?
Can you do an Inferno match?
I cannot.
Damn it.
It'll be a Hell in a Cell match.
That works.
Anyways, the Nightmare Collective got way too much offense in.
Yep.
It was not good offense. And eventually Sheeta and them won, but... Oh! Sheeta put Mel away with the, you know her tombstone? The package tombstone pile driver thing she does?
Yeah, I think it's nasty.
That move is brutal.
Yeah.
I like that move. That was the highlight of this match, which is not a bad thing.
So, yeah. One of my issues that I'm starting to notice with the... What are they called?
The Nightmare Collective?
Yeah. It seems like they only really go as far as... I'm sure it might get better as they get more people in it, but they really only go as far as Awesome Kong takes them.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe they can salvage it. Brandy having a faction wouldn't be that bad, but I don't like the cult thing. It doesn't need to be there.
Yeah.
If Brandy just had a faction where she wasn't satisfied with the product of the women's division as the as like sort of the leader of the women's division, and therefore she went around and tried to make things right as an authority angle, it wouldn't be as bad.
Yep.
But the Nightmare Collective just sucks. After that, we got two of my favorite members of the AEW roster, Sami Guevarra versus Jonathan Moxley. I love Sami Guevarra.
You know, I'm gonna see if I can get a picture so I can throw it in here. But he had a sign that said, Vanessa Hudgens, I heard you just became single. DM me.
That's Kyle Kuzma's girl. Back off, Samuel.
Oh, yeah. I saw Kyle Kuzma just went out with her.
Yeah. But yeah, Sami Guevarra is good. Sami Guevarra is real good. John Moxley is self-explanatory. I think Sami Guevarra is going to be the biggest star in AEW in like 6 or 7 years.
Yeah, he's really...
Because
throwing him with Jericho was really good.
Oh yeah, throwing him with Jericho was really good. And I mean, he books like... His character has a full heel to face turn arc sort of booked for it.
Yep.
Where I can't see that with MJF or anyone, but he has like... He's come in as the next big thing, and he's a cocky young heel now. And he can slowly start to gain favor with the fans and just become a genuine fan favorite.
Right.
But as a slow burn, and there's something that just feels like he'll be able to connect with fans like that.
Yeah, and it also helps that he's a really good wrestler.
Good. Yeah. Oh, he's a really good wrestler. He's so good at everything to do with wrestling.
Yeah, he's one of the young up and coming stars in the business.
I got one gotta go. Let's go with it now.
Okay.
AEW's Young Stars. Sammy Guevarra.
Okay.
Darby Allin.
Okay.
MJF. Jungle Boy.
Oh.
I'd get rid of Jungle Boy just because I don't. He just doesn't click for me. People love him, so people like him. So I'm not gonna knock it, but he just doesn't click to me.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good point.
Whereas the other three have something where immediately in my mind I go, this guy's good, this is why.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. And I'm more of a Luchasaurus fan than I am Jungle Boy.
I'm not a huge fan of the Jurassic Express at all at the moment.
But yeah, like all the reasons we just stated for Guevarra, and MJF's probably my favorite wrestler in AEW right now.
I prefer Guevarra. I can't wait for MJF to rail on how stupid garbage plates are a couple days after my birthday.
When they're in Rochester.
Oh my god, it's going to be glorious. Yeah, AEW news, by the way. WWE released Luke Harper, and WWE contracts, when you get released, they have like a 90-day non-compete, can't be on TV wrestling anywhere.
Yep.
That expires like a week before AEW's in Luke Harper's hometown of Rochester, New York.
That is the big guy that they need.
Yeah.
At least one of them.
I mean, I've sort of gotten over the whole big guy thing because you can only have so many big guys in that company with Luchasaurus still working.
I don't need a lot, but it's just...
They need a couple more. They need to let Hager do things. They need... Warrior's going to start doing things. Once that happens, then it'll probably be better. What's his name? Luchasaurus isn't on TV that often.
Yep.
But, yeah, it'll be fine. Moxley ended up beating Guevarra in that match, though.
Yep.
Was that when, what's his name? Yeah, I think that was when Jericho, yeah. After the match, the Inner Circle jumped Moxley, and Hager kneed him in the balls, and then Chris Jericho took a spike off his jacket and spiked him in the eye, and that was brutal.
Oh, my goodness.
And so, on the Jericruise... Oh, did I pick a wrestler?
Oh, my God.
But on the Jericruise, they have to keep kayfabe. So, Moxley's going around this cruise ship with his eye wrapped up.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's selling the eye and things like that. It's pretty cool. But, yeah, he got his eye spiked, which led to a pretty cool promo at the end of the show. After that, we got DDP, QT Marshall, and Dustin versus The Butcher, The Blade, and MJF. This seems like a pretty unfair match, reading it on paper.
Yeah.
We have Elder DDP, QT Marshall, and then the one legitimate
a no-name rookie who
wrestler.
competed with Cody a month ago.
QT's pretty cool.
Yeah, but I mean, just kayfabe-wise.
Yeah, but versus The Butcher, The Blade, and MJF. Then again, DDP did make The Butcher and The Blade look like chumps a week ago. Well, a week before this.
Yeah.
But yeah, MJF ended up hitting a low blow, and that team won that match. We got Darby Allin versus Pac, which honestly, I thought Darby Allin had a chance when they announced that was the main event. But alas, he did not. Darby Allin is really good because he's AEW Dolph Ziggler in the sense of he is the greatest seller of all time.
Yeah.
Him and Guevarra are both really good at making moves look good.
Yeah.
But especially Darby. I need whoever their big guy that they decide is going to be a super monster face Darby Allin in one of his first matches to toss him around.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
I need him to be in a segment with Marco Stunt, and I need him to throw Darby Allin around in an actual match. Those are my two things that I need to get a big guy over. And you brought up the single best way to get heat in AEW.
If you want to get heat in AEW, just pair somebody with Orange Cassidy and have him just toss him around for like 5 minutes and then take off his shades and stomp him and break him.
You could put Orange Cassidy over in a major way with that, because he could Hulk up after you break his glasses.
Yo, imagine tossing around Orange Cassidy for like 5 minutes, stomping his glasses, and then he just does a kip up with his hands in his pockets.
What if he takes his hands out of his pockets?
Oh, shoot.
I can't wait for my pathetic city that wouldn't give a 45-minute 2 out of 3 falls tag match between the Revival and Rude and Gable or This Is Awesome chant to pop for a man with his hands in his pocket walking around.
You hate the Rochester crowd so much.
I'm just mad that match couldn't get a This Is Awesome chant. Fun fact at that show, we had some pretty good seats. We were like by the stage towards the back. So when wrestlers walked off, instead of going up the stage to go backstage, they sort of walked right past me.
Oh, nice.
I yelled, "Hey Dean, are you going to AEW?" at Dean Ambrose, and he didn't look at me. I was trying to get a scoop.
You're wrong for that.
I was right.
Yeah, you're not.
I honestly didn't think he'd come to AEW this soon.
Yeah.
Anyways, do you have the spoilers for tonight's show up?
Yep. So, like we stated earlier, Kenny and Hangman defeat SCU for the tag titles, which is the first ever title change in AEW.
Yeah, I mean, I harped on it earlier, but I'm still not over it. Your first title change is a dysfunctional tag team winning.
Yep.
Priscilla Kelly debuted. That's a thing, yeah.
Yep. And
she lost to Britt Baker. Good.
Yep. And after the match, Britt Baker stuck around and made fun of Tony Schiavone. Did I pronounce that right?
Yeah, the commentary guy that's actually good. The old one.
She made fun of him for working at Starbucks, which is apparently true, and
yeah,
called him a.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Called him a shitty barista.
That's not nice.
The Inner Circle, which was Jericho and Santana and Ortiz, defeated the Jurassic Express.
Good, because that's a 3-on-2 handicap match.
MJF defeated Joey Janela.
Joey Janela's growing on me.
Yeah.
Cody and the Young Bucks had a promo. What did?
Yeah.
MJF came out and talked shit. Okay.
Yeah. Talked about how was making fun about how Cody couldn't touch him, and so the Young Bucks beat him up.
I don't hate that, actually. I like to imagine it's just MJF marched down to the ring by himself.
Yeah.
And was like, "You can't touch me," and then the Bucks double super kicked him or something like that.
Yeah.
I'd like to imagine. By the way, I have, of all the things on this cruise, the most heel heat thing ever is that there was a Fozzy concert.
Oh my god.
Jericho got people on his cruise, pulled them away from land so they had nowhere they could run, and forced them to listen to his band. That sounds like some James Dolan shit.
That is so good, though.
It is. By the way, if y'all want to donate to our PayPal so me and Jeremy can go on the Jericruise next year, we would gladly report live from the Jericruise.
That would be really awesome. That was a really good plug, by the way.
When we get sponsors, it's over.
Yeah. You're going to be amazing in those. And then AEW from the Jericruise ended with Moxley defeating Pac in a number one contenders match, and then Jericho came out and they had to stare down.
And then Fozzy broke into Judas.
Yeah.
So that was Dynamite for the past 2 weeks, sort of recapped.
Yep. So
like I said, the biggest AEW news is that they're coming to Rochester, and I can spin this to news to more than just me because there's a potential Brody Lee, Luke Harper debut.
that'd be
You
huge.
think You think if he debuts, they're gonna have him lose to get some heat on someone? Because I think that man is undefeated in Rochester since signing with WWE.
That is wild. Who'd he lose to?
Who? Oh, who would he?
Yeah.
I don't know, because I feel like he's going to be, like, in some kind of leadership role of the... I think he's going to be in some kind of leadership role of the Dark Order or something like that.
Yeah.
So, I don't know who he could lose to. What if he got pinned by Brent?
Oh my goodness.
I'd be pissed. But, yeah, I can spin that AEW coming to my city is news that matters to more than just me.
Yeah.
By the way, the Young Bucks have lost their WrestleMania match against Buddy Murphy and Seth Rollins.
Oh my
The Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy are the ECW Tag Team Champions now.
Which, real quick, I'll have to go back and watch AEW because we're recording while it's live, but it's now...
It's 8:30.
It's 8:30, and this SCU versus Kenny Omega and Hangman match is still going.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, because I'm seeing gifs about it on Twitter.
Let me,
oh, it apparently just ended. Okay.
My television. Yay. Why are, the Young Bucks not one of your first 2 tag champs?
I don't. That's...
Why? The Lucha Bros were over. Why are they not tag champs?
I don't know. An actual tag team.
Given I'd prefer for them to be a solo act, the Lucha Bros.
Yeah. Pentagon
Just 'cause I
Jr.
think
could
both...
be a monster heel in that company.
Actually, not even a solo act. Just don't... Is there a Nets game tonight, too? I hope not.
I can look that up.
No. It's a commercial. But, no, just the Lucha Bros don't have to be a tag team. I want them to be together, but not as a tag team, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So just, still friends and, support each other, but,
Yeah, because they could be, monster heel faction, 2-man faction thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you want to get into WWE?
Oh, yeah, we could get to the main roster. Oh, it's Io Shirai versus Toni Storm.
Ooh.
Yeah, I put on NXT. Is this the first match of the show? Not sure.
I hope not. It's 8:30.
Good point. They gave the women a long time with their 6-woman tag match a couple weeks ago. Are we starting with Raw or SmackDown? Probably SmackDown, right?
Yep, SmackDown.
I have not watched an episode of SmackDown since starting this podcast. But Team Hell No reunited.
Yeah.
I loved Team Hell No, which is ironic with my hatred of these thrown together tag teams. But there was just some kind of dynamic that made them work. The therapy sessions, it just worked.
Their gimmick with Dr. Shelby was amazing.
Yeah. They just worked. When you're thinking of gimmick thrown together tag teams, they are the exception to the rule here.
Yeah.
Because their winning was sort of them backing into it by how little they got along.
Yep.
As opposed to it being these two as individuals are better than this unit. It's just dumb luck.
So yeah, SmackDown opened. Kane announced he would be entering the Royal Rumble. Then Bray.
Why is Kane in the Rumble?
I don't know. They need to fill spots.
I got an idea. We'll get a Kane versus Kane stare down. CAIN versus KAN.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I wouldn't be mad at it. And then,
does Kane wear a mask now?
Yeah, he still wears the old.
Okay, good. His mask is better than not mask.
He has the old look. He has the same team.
He has hair.
Look.
That's good.
And then Bray appeared on the Firefly Funhouse and told Kane about what the last time when they crossed paths. Fiend came out to attack Kane. Daniel Bryan came and saved the day.
He got baited.
Yeah. And then
Daniel Bryan and Kane have bonded.
Yeah. And then backstage, Daniel Bryan announced that he is challenging Bray at the Royal Rumble to a strap match for the title.
Why would you do a stupid stipulation?
I don't know.
I've never seen a strap match that I can think of. Name a strap. Didn't Rusev and Cena have one or something like that?
I think so. I know TNA did it a couple times. Or Impact. My apologies.
I don't know. It might have been TNA then.
Yeah, it was
now.
TNA.
It used to be TNA.
But strap matches are okay. They're not
I don't know. I just can't think of one.
If they can get real extreme with it, it'll be good.
I'm imagining someone getting whipped with the strap. Is that how that
they
ends
do
up
that
working?
a lot.
Okay, then I think it'll work. Because this is going to be a brutal match, or at least it should be.
Yep. And then we had John Morrison versus Big E, and John Morrison's return to WWE action.
Two big meaty men bumping meat. Actually, John Morrison's not.
I was
that
about
big
to say
meaty.
he's not that big.
One big meaty man bumping meat with John Morrison.
And
I like John Morrison being back and am excited to see his Rumble spots.
yeah, he really doesn't look like he's aged that much. Like, he still has the same look as he did like 10 years ago.
No, it's crazy. So does The Miz, though.
Yeah,
They're ageless.
they really are.
Especially John Morrison, though. Like,
He really doesn't
his
look.
physique is still the same.
Let me see how old John Morrison is.
40, I think.
Oh, that's not too bad.
No, but still.
But still, yeah, he looks.
He's
really
like the
good
most
for 40.
in shape 40-year-old in the world.
Him and Bobby
like,
Lashley have like stood the test of time.
Yes, especially Bobby Lashley.
Yeah.
That is a big meaty man. But no, okay, the thing with John Morrison that I've always liked is that there are plenty of wrestlers in the world that can do all the flippy stuff. Yep. John Morrison has a unique way about how he does it.
He looks more athletic than the rest of people.
And all these guys, like Ricochet is super athletic, Humberto Carrillo super crazy athletic. John Morrison's like one of the three smoothest guys in wrestling.
Yeah.
One gotta go, John Morrison or Rey Fenix.
Phoenix.
Really?
I just haven't.
You haven't
watched
seen
him
enough.
as
I'll
much.
give you that. Yeah. I'm just thinking recency because the most recent, not recent, but like I'm thinking of what I've watched more recently. The last John Morrison match I watched was him versus Austin Aries, which was a phenomenal match, except for Austin Aries no selling the finish. That show was what had me sold on Eli Drake being The Rock, by the way. But yeah, John Morrison is an absolute monster. He had a match with
Big E.
With Big E. He hit Starship Pain. I forget what he's calling it now. It's not Starship Pain, but I can't remember.
Bleacher Report's still calling it Starship Pain.
Yeah, I'm gonna Google that.
So yeah, like we said, it's good to see him back. While he's looking that up, we had the Usos. Was this just their in-ring return too?
It might have been, yeah. Moonlight Drive.
That's what
he calls it.
I thought that was the little like neckbreaker thing.
Is it?
Yeah, he does that like spinning neckbreaker.
Oh, yeah, it is. He calls it something else though.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. So the Usos face the Revival.
Either way, Starship Pain is a really cool finish.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Usos faced and defeated the Revival. Those are two good tag teams, but...
Yep. And then after the match, the Revival stated in an interview backstage that they would need to make a change since WWE would not change for them.
You know, it's ironic. The tag team division on SmackDown is really talented.
Yeah.
And the tag team division on Raw and AEW are run by makeshift tag teams.
Yeah.
Which, in defense of that, your tag team has to start somewhere most of the time. So, these makeshift teams could become something. It's just weird that they win it so quickly, especially the AEW side.
Yeah.
Like, at least Seth and Buddy Murphy are friends.
Mm-hmm. And then afterwards we had Bayley versus Lacey Evans, which came to fruition because Lacey Evans attacked Sasha backstage and injured her ankle. And so Sasha and Bayley were just sitting in the training room checking on her ankle, and then what's the dude's name? I just had it. Oh, there it is. Adam Pearce walked into the trainer's room, and he was like, you have a match with Lacey. And Sasha was like, I can't compete. And so Adam was like, all right, Bayley, you'll wrestle her. And Bayley was like, okay, as long as it's not for the title. So
Fair.
yeah. So we got Lacey versus Bayley. Lacey actually ended up picking up the victory.
I'm coming around and becoming sold on Lacey Evans.
Yeah, she's turned into a good face.
Mostly because the women's right is a fantastic name for a finisher.
Yeah.
Can't imagine that goes over very well in Saudi, but
Oh my god.
that's why they got held back.
She probably doesn't even wrestle in Saudi, so.
She did.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Her and Talia.
Yep, that's right.
That's why the plane got held back. The Saudi prince was like, Vince, what did you say Lacey's finisher's name was? The woman's right? We don't know what those are.
So,
Uh-oh, Finn Balor's in action up next.
uh-oh.
Is he going to just hit a coup de grace on local talent?
Probably.
That'd be cool.
So,
Anyways, so that match, what happened? 619! Oh, she got caught. Io just got caught. Ooh. Anyway, what happened?
So, I just read and wanted to ask you, Lacey's facing Bayley at the Rumble, and Bleacher Report is speculating that they're protecting Lacey versus Sasha long term, which they have been. And
Why? Why aren't we protecting Sasha versus Bayley? That should be the big money payoff here.
yeah, I don't know why they'll never do that.
So this Toni Storm Io Shirai match ended with a disqualification because Bianca Belair took out both of them.
Nice.
I mean, she hit a glam slam thing. Bianca Belair's coming around. I didn't like her at first, but she's coming around as a good heel.
Yep.
Oh, who's coming out? Is this Rhea Ripley? It is. I don't have theme music, so I can't tell. Did she shave her head?
Oh shoot.
Did she? She did it, I think.
But
Bianca Belair's taking her earrings out.
oh Lord.
Rhea Ripley is woman's Goldberg.
Yeah, that's a pretty good comparison.
Yes. She just stomped on the ground, and this is where I got this from. Anyways, why are they protecting Sasha versus what's her name? Even though Sasha's done some really good work, like with the stuff with Lacey's kid.
I guess they're really invested in Lacey. So.
I mean, Lacey is a very good character.
Yeah, and she's improving as a wrestler.
Yeah.
And then, so, anyways, they were speculating that Lacey beats Bayley at the Rumble so that they can have Lacey versus Sasha for the title at Mania.
Why not? Bayley's title run's been forgettable.
Yeah.
That's a lot of suicide dives. Yeesh. So, Io Shirai threw both Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair out and then did like this moonsault to them. And then Toni Storm did a suicide dive to Io right after, and now she's holding Rhea's title. This is where we're at on NXT. Anyways, back to SmackDown.
So, up next, Braun Strowman was backstage and demanded that he have an opportunity to face Shinsuke at Royal Rumble for the IC title. Elias was in the ring at this time, and Sami and Nakamura and Cesaro came out and said that they're denying Braun Strowman's request.
Aww.
Elias was in the ring and was making fun of all the heels, and the heels came to the ring and started beating up on Elias, and then Braun Strowman came out and cleared the ring.
Of course.
So I don't know if that's... Yeah, that's not a confirmed match yet. So I don't know if they're actually doing that or not. I guess we'll find out this Friday.
The next match I saw very briefly parts of.
Next match produced one of the greatest moments in WWE
Dog,
history.
did you see the montage on the Street Profits segment on Raw of this?
No.
They did the Monday after the weekend update again.
Oh my god.
And they had a segment where I think it was Angelo Dawkins went, Mandy, if you want Otis, this is what you're in for. And it played Val Venus' theme song. It was a montage of Otis jiggling. It was good.
So we had Alexa Bliss versus Sonya Deville, and at one point, Mandy Rose climbed the turnbuckle to distract Alexa. She got knocked off the turnbuckle, and Otis was right under her to catch her. It was just sitting there and holding her, and then started flittering his tongue.
My dude's tongue is over.
Yeah, bro. The speed at which he can flitter his tongue is insane.
It's impressive.
But I mean, I like that there really isn't much for Heavy Machinery to do right now,
and that story is progressing, so that's a good thing.
So I like what they're doing with the fact that
Who are the tag champs on SmackDown?
I should know this. It is.
It's not New Day, is it? No. Is it New Day or is it the Revival?
Who is it? Hold on. Why can't I find it?
Time to Google this.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, it's New Day.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But yeah, so I mean, they're really not doing anything with Heavy Machinery as a tag team, so it's cool that they're using a storyline with Otis and
I mean, Tucker's like relevant as in
yeah,
he's in the shots most of the time.
I like how they're using Tucker too. How they're like he's trying to like get them back on track as a tag team and like keep them focused. But
we're getting a bros before hoes storyline.
I think at some point real soon, Sonya and Mandy will split, and then we'll get a feud between those two. Yeah.
The mixed match challenge is going to conclude with Tucker and Sonya versus Otis and Mandy.
That'd be really long-term booking. And then
that'd be beautiful. The Impact Twitch account is back.
Oh my goodness. Then for the main event we had Roman Reigns versus Robert Roode. Roode attacked Roman before the match. And also sidestepped, I guess Roman was going for a spear, and went into the barricade. King Corbin came out. And then King Corbin and Dolph Ziggler came out, and three of them tried to put Roman through an announce table. Usos came and saved the day. Hit a splash onto Dolph Ziggler through the announce table. Roman Reigns then action returned to the ring. Roman Reigns hit a spear on Robert Roode to win the match. And then after the match, Roman announced that at Royal Rumble he'll be fighting King Corbin in a Falls Count Anywhere match.
This is the one Roman wins.
Yeah, for sure.
Probably.
I think this is the end of their feud.
Hopefully Baron Corbin gets something good now.
Yeah, it feels like they've been going for a while. Roman and Corbin.
Yes, it's dragged on. So did Corbin and what's his name? Not Roman. Hopefully my thing's still recording. This would be bad if it's not.
Oh shit.
It popped up with do I want to allow something to do something. It should. Yeah, it's still recording. We're good.
Okay.
Keep going.
So, yeah, hopefully Royal Rumble is the end of that feud. I fully expect Roman to win that match. I'm sure it'll get real gimmicky. They'll have
dog food.
Ziggler, Robert Roode, maybe even the Revival, and then the Usos. There's going to be a lot of people in that match.
Dog food. Here comes Finn Balor.
And then, so, on to Raw. Raw opened with Seth, AOP, and Buddy in the ring, and
Buddy.
Seth was talking about how much he loved their newest member of their stable. Kevin Owens, Samoa Joe came out and were looking to fight, and Seth Rollins was he was welcoming them to the ring because obviously it's 4-on-2. Then the Viking Raiders came out to help Kevin and Samoa Joe. And
Idiots.
so there was this big brawl in the ring, and the baby faces ended up winning. Then backstage, Charlie Caruso asked Rollins about his response to what just happened, and he said he is challenging the Viking Raiders to a tag team match tonight with Buddy Murphy.
And that was a match that did happen.
Yep, later on. Then we had Andrade versus Rey Mysterio in a ladder match, which they keep pairing these two in a match every single week, but nobody really has an issue with it because every time they wrestle, it's really, really good.
Bro, that match, I watched, I didn't see the match, but I've seen most of it, like a bunch of spots on Rumble. There were so many bad landings.
Yeah.
Bro, how did Ray not get stretchered off?
I don't know.
That man died 3 times.
The resurrection of his career has kind of been insane because when he left WWE a couple years ago, he looked like
we thought he was shot.
Yeah, that was like a beaten down old man. And now he's putting on 20 plus minute classics with Andrade.
I mean, part of that's Andrade.
Yeah, but it takes 2 to tango. So.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's a talented guy. Who are you? I forgot what your name is. It's the futuristic looking guy. He's gonna get killed by Finn Balor, but he's got a cool look. It's the Joaquin Wild guy.
So, end of the match, Rey Mysterio hit a 619 and began to climb the ladder, but Zelina Vega distracted him. And then Andrade used the distraction to push Rey off a ladder into another ladder and ended up picking the victory to retain the U.S. title. And then after the match, Zelina pulled padding off the outside of the ring to expose the concrete, so Andrade could do another DDT. But
Humberto Carrillo. I thought that was Dominic.
Humberto Carrillo
I was like, oh, it's Dominic.
Made the save, and Andrade left running up the ramp. So
Humberto Carrillo is a generic creator wrestler.
It looks like really soon we're gonna get Andrade versus Carrillo feud.
Not complaining. It'll be good matches. Hopefully Andrade wins, though.
I really hope they do something with Carrillo's character.
Hopefully Andrade wins. Carrillo's a casual wrestler. No animations.
Oh my god. That'd be good, Cap.
That would be immaculate.
So, Aleister Black faced a local competitor.
And kicked his head off.
Yep, and so there's not much to take away from it. It was a squash match. After that, we had Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman promo. And Paul Heyman was hyping up how Brock's going to win the Rumble. And then Ricochet came out and interrupted. After, what was it, R-Truth last week? No, 2 weeks ago.
R-Truth interrupted at one point, yeah.
Yeah. So, Ricochet came out and said he wasn't afraid of the Beast. Lesnar started to leave. Ricochet asked Lesnar if he was scared, and then Lesnar responded with a low blow.
It's long-term booking. He's learning from the Seth Rollins WrestleMania match that he's got to get the jump on the low blows.
Yeah.
Aaron Stevens is facing Scott Steiner at the next NWA pay-per-view I'm seeing now.
Oh my goodness.
Flip Gordon's facing Nick Aldis in the main event.
Flip Gordon's in NWA?
NWA doesn't have that many full-timers, I don't believe.
Okay, I got you.
It's an indie company, so
it's a lot of like week-to-week basis type thing?
Sort of. I mean, Scott Steiner's there, so yeah.
Okay.
Thunder Rosa's facing Allison Kay.
Nice.
And a winner gets to expose Tessa Blanchard match.
So, after that, we had Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre.
Joaquin Wilde just pinned Finn Balor.
Really?
No.
Oh.
It would definitely get him over.
I was about to say, wow.
Imagine the double turn if Finn Balor got upset and then Johnny Gargano came out and started mocking him. Oh, that'd be something. Finn Balor looks menacing.
So yeah, Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre. It's a pretty decent match.
I remember that match happening.
Yep. Match ended with...
not Finn Balor. Didn't the club, the original club, come and ruin that match?
Yep, they attacked Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, what I remember was Drew McIntyre caught an RKO and then cut a promo.
Yeah.
It reminded me of when, I forget who it was, but Dolph Ziggler he lost a match, and I think it was against The Miz, and he called him a coward and was cutting a promo about how he was a coward, and he was speaking all the way through getting hit with a skull-crushing finale, if that's who it was.
I'll have to go back and look that up.
It was hilarious. Dolph Ziggler's good.
So yeah, Randy Orton talked about how he respected Drew McIntyre's toughness and then RKO'd him.
Mm-hmm.
After that, we had Becky Lynch versus Kairi Sane.
Did you see Asuka sitting on the ring post?
Yeah, that was so awesome.
Asuka's great. I love the Kabuki Warriors.
I do too. They're a really good tag team.
Hear me out. Asuka beats Becky, and Kairi Sane wins the Rumble.
That wouldn't. I feel like it's a little early, but I wouldn't be mad at it.
It's a little early, but find a way to get the tag belts off of them without losing too much momentum on either of them, and then we can slowly, well, not slowly, but we can start turning Sane face, and then we could have a great match at Mania.
Yep. So, this was another pretty decent match. Becky beat Kairi Sane just because. Right now, Becky's just on a higher level than Kairi is.
Yeah.
After the match, the Empress, Asuka, left the top turnbuckle and then hit, I think, a Shining Wizard and then locked in the Asuka lock. Setting up for their Royal Rumble match. After that, we had the Viking Raiders versus Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy for the WWE Raw Tag Team titles. In which Rollins and Murphy defeated the Viking Raiders, so they're the new Raw Tag Team champions.
There is a picture of Seth Rollins, Buddy Murphy, and the Authors of Pain on my screen right now. There is a real tag team right next to the tag team champions. Why are they not the ones in the match?
I saw you tweet that out.
Given Seth Rollins is the greatest tag team wrestler in the world,
he's like a five-time champ with like other singles competitors.
Yeah. He's champs with Roman and Dean, which is Shield, and then there's Strowman, Jason Jordan. I feel like I'm forgetting someone, and now Buddy Murphy.
Buddy Murphy would be 5.
That's 5? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's absurd.
But yeah.
This guy is the most... I mean, it makes sense then that he's some tag team guru, and this makes like, you can sort of book it. He knows tag team wrestling, and that makes up for lack of experience as a tag team with that person because he just knows the sport so well.
Yep. So yeah, they're the new champs. Bro, when you tweeted, why are they in this match when Rollins has an actual tag team? I started dying.
It just doesn't make sense.
I mean, yeah, that's a really good point. There's no reason you said.
I like the Authors of Pain with some kind of mouthpiece or as muscle or something. If the Authors of Pain got involved in the match and like interfered with the Viking Raiders, then that'd be different too.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like you brought up that this is the WWE's reaction to the Inner Circle. I don't really think that, but you have a tag team, a mid-card guy, and a main event guy, so...
Yeah, that was just a thought that popped in my head. So.
Yeah, it's DIY.
So...
Hang on, is the music playing?
It
is.
Okay.
Yeah. The music is playing. It is one of my favorite recent WWE music.
So, like we stated earlier...
I'm excited to hear this Saturday.
So, like we said earlier, Eric Rowan faced Matt Hardy, and this is the same squash match that we saw 2 weeks ago. Eric Rowan dominates the match early. They go to the outside somehow. Rowan wants to show Matt Hardy what's in the cage. Goes to open the cage to show him, and then whatever is in the cage bites Eric Rowan, which pisses him off, and then he picks up the victory shortly after that.
It's just a stapler, and he's stapling his hand.
I don't know. I feel like this storyline's been going on for like 3 months, and I have zero care in the world.
Yeah.
They've completely killed whatever curiosity people had in the whatever's in the cage.
Just tell me what's in the cage, please.
Yeah. At this point, just move on to something else.
What if it's not even a cage?
I mean, they've shown it.
Oh, I didn't even know they showed it.
Yeah, they've shown like he'll like prop up on one side and like show the door.
Shayna Baszler just entered the ring. Do you think she's gonna kill Shotzi Blackheart, who eliminated her from the
yes
Battle Royal last week? Probably. It'd be cool if Shotzi got a win and was booked as Shayna's kryptonite.
Yep.
But I don't. She just ran over a cameraman. I don't know who she is. I'm scared of her.
So, the main event of Raw was mixed tag match between Lana and Bobby Lashley versus Liv Morgan and Rusev.
Nah.
Yeah, I mean, in which I was surprised that Lana and Lashley actually won this match. But I don't know. I mean, Liv looked good in her in-ring return.
Yeah, but I don't... She did an integrated Bobby Lashley, which looked good.
Yeah.
But I just don't get this story. Why do we keep having... First of all, what's the positive outcome here? Second of all, why do Rusev and Liv keep losing?
I don't know.
I feel like the best case is Bobby Lashley leaving and you can create Lana as a singles competitor not attached to any man.
Yeah. I'd imagine... I mean... They have to end up winning the end of the feud. I don't see how.
Yeah.
But looks like this is going to be going on for a while. So.
Yeah. Which it feels like it stayed past its past its
this
prime.
has gone a lot longer.
The wedding and stuff was phenomenal, and here we are still having the same match weekly.
Yeah, that seems like a couple of storylines on Raw.
Yeah.
So for
a side note, the Shayna Baszler match is phenomenal because she's just doing like Olympic wrestling style takedowns and then getting off of the Shotzi Blackheart gimmick and patting her on the head. This is fantastic. Oh, she is bending her like a pretzel.
So, for the last thing on today's episode, want to do predictions for the Royal Rumble.
Okay, we could do that.
Yep. So, let's just go down the card. I don't want to save the big matches for the end. Shorty G versus Sheamus.
Sheamus is gonna win just so we can continue his push, hopefully.
Yeah. If he loses to Shorty G, there's some big issues.
Especially because the feud is you're so short.
Yeah. Roman Reigns versus King Corbin, False Count Anywhere. You said Roman, right?
I said Roman.
Yeah.
As a King Corbin mark, I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah, I just don't.
Actually, I would. He shouldn't win this. He needs something else. Just get him away from Roman. Roman's dragging him down.
Oh my god. Andrade versus Humberto Carrillo for the U.S. title.
I'd be pretty pissed if Humberto Carrillo ended this reign already.
Yeah. That'd be a pretty major upset.
Yeah, I think there's something to an Humberto Carrillo reign, but not yet.
Yeah, it's really, really early.
The issue with him is that his most defining character trait is that his theme song kind of slaps.
You're not wrong.
What's the next least relevant match? Probably the Bayley match.
Yeah, I was just about to say Bayley versus Lacey for the...
I want Bayley to win this match, so I'll say it. The next least relevant match. What's left? I'll say...
I'd probably go Becky versus Asuka.
Yes, but I'm more excited for that than the strap match, so I got...
Oh, yeah, that's true.
In the strap match.
Yeah, since he is the Fiend, it'll be a pretty short match.
Yeah, I'm very interested in whatever the Kabuki Warriors do. No matter what, as long as those two are on screen together, it's going to be entertaining at least.
Yep.
Bro, that contract signing was hysterical where Kyrie had the umbrella and she snuck up and started poking Becky. That was so good.
Yeah.
And are we on to Rumbles?
Yep.
The men's Rumble will be won by Roman Reigns.
Who?
Roman Reigns.
Oh yeah. It's Roman.
Who did I select in the spreadsheet? I don't remember.
Yeah, I need to... Here, I'll pull it up, because I gotta add the Andrade and Humberto match anyways. You had...
I think I had someone kind of out there.
You had Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, I'll stick with that, actually.
And you also had Cain Velasquez being Brock Lesnar's...
Yeah, the guy that eliminates Brock, yeah. What if Kane comes out too and immediately throws Brock out?
Oh my goodness. I have Roman Reigns winning. It just seems like the obvious choice, so they're going to do Roman versus the Fiend at Mania.
Yeah.
Which could be cool, but...
It could be cool. I don't know. Who can beat the Fiend? Because I feel like the thing they're going to do for the Fiend is find his weakness.
Yeah.
I saw some...
I think it's just going to be a real gimmicky match, where much like the Seth match, where it's going to take like 8 spears to beat him.
Yeah, I saw some fantasy booking where the thing with the Fiend is that he finds the darkness in everyone. And so it's Mustafa Ali, who does not have any darkness in him, who beats him.
Oh, that'd be cool.
There's so many cool ways.
That's like really in-depth booking that WWE would never tap into.
I was going to say, they're going to do something lame, like his weakness is Roman Superman punching his mask off.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
And then lastly, the Women's Rumble, which we've both said multiple times we think is Shayna.
Shayna's lose, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, ideally Sasha Banks wins it, but Sasha Banks is not allowed to have good things. So.
She really has been kind of...
She always has since NXT.
She's been kind of slighted by the WWE over the course of her career.
She's making a rap album now.
It seems like everyone else around her is always. She's
Oh,
always
yeah,
like
the
second
horse
fiddle.
running, yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't know. Hopefully she'll get him in it.
I'm sure she will soon. So.
Shayna Baszler choked out Shotzi Blackheart.
Nice.
She's not letting go of this choke. She's gonna catch a body.
Oh my goodness.
That is a woman that is asleep. She is smiling. That was some really good camera work.
So, you don't have anything else? That's all I got.
Bayley asked on Twitter, how did the podcast come to be?
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that question.
Yeah. Why did you start the podcast? How did it actually become a thing?
So I had been planning to do this podcast for a few months. I think I started throwing around the idea in like September-ish. And
yeah, and I was working a night shift at that time, and I said that once I got back to the point where I can watch enough wrestling live that week to actually do a podcast, I'll do it, and I don't have to do anything other than say words and occasionally take some notes.
Yep.
So.
And yeah, so I was just waiting for someone to be able to do it with me because I don't feel like I can successfully do a podcast by myself.
I mean, not many people can.
Yeah. I tried to record an episode in like September, October. It got like 10 minutes in. It was just like.
It just feels weird talking
Yeah,
to
it feels
yourself for
weird.
that
Like,
long. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I'm getting PTSD looking at knee braces.
So, yeah.
Oh, this video package is kind of. Wow, it really makes me feel like Dakota Kai might have done something wrong. I thought she was. I didn't see any issue until now.
So, got anything else?
Do I? I don't think so. You got anything else you want to cover for this week?
No.
Any other weird World War III draft topic or anything along the lines of that? Let's see. If you could make one match to summarize the phrase "big meaty men bumping meat," who would it be?
Big Show versus Mark Henry.
That's pretty good. I would go. I've got to think of a fellow combatant in this. Rikishi versus Yokozuna.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Or Biggie versus Goldberg's a pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, the Broserweights are next versus Imperium. I think Imperium wins that. I think Imperium might win it all.
Yep. That should do it.
I'm trying to think of some other obscure.
I mean, we're pretty much at almost an hour and a half. So.
I've enjoyed watching you. What wrestler do you think keeps women in a cage underneath a bookstore?
I'm not even going to comment on that because I have zero clue. How far into the show are you?
I am. Oh, what just happened? What did just happen? Joe and Love had sex for the first time and they had to be quiet.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's the least spoilery way I can announce what I'm at.
Okay, yeah.
That's really not that much of a spoiler at all. Which, that whole party was hysterical.
Yeah. So...
my dude was standing on the table.
Yeah. 40's
my favorite character in this show so far.
Wild.
Anyways, do we have an outro?
Not like a set one.
No, it's an outro. That was the Big Meaty Podcast. Big Meaty Pod bumping mics.
Yep.
We'll get around to another one at another time.
Yep.
Another date.
Sometime next week.
Sometime next week. Ideally Tuesday. We'll see.
Yep. So, yeah.
That was a successful podcast.
And, yeah.
How long does it take to get sponsors?
I don't know. I'll start looking into it when we've got a consistent viewer base.
I'm sick of not having things to plug.
I'll get you some plugs.
Good.
So yeah, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the podcast channel.
Yeah. Maybe we'll look at getting it out on other platforms.
Yeah, I just need to.
I say these things, but I don't actually do anything but speak.
Oh no, you take notes.
I try. I don't know. We don't really use them that often, and I don't take enough. I don't take notes for anything but NXT ever.
It's alright.
But like I said, a Patreon perk will be access to my notes page.
Which is a pretty wild notes page.
It gets pretty out there. Uh-oh, my headphones are dying.
Oh, okay, so we need to wrap this up. So yeah.
We gotta wrap this up, yeah. Reading an excerpt from my notes package. Let's see.
How you go? Wait. How you gonna say we need to wrap this up and then start to read an excerpt from your notes package?
In all caps, Zoe gets eliminated by Baszler. She's a calculating woman. Good lord, Io kicked the hell out of Casey. See you later, Ninja Warrior. Bianca eliminated Blondie Gargano by bonking her head off the ring post. End sentence.
Oh my god. So yeah, when we establish a Patreon, if you want to read stuff like that.
I mean, the main events of NXT get decent notes.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we'll speak again about wrestling.
Yep.
Oh, that was a pretty cool move.
Follow the podcast on Twitter at NoCellPod.
Yeah, NoCellPod, that is the Twitter. That's the hashtag we use. That's the name of the channel. That's the name of the podcast.
That's the brand.
That is the brand at the moment, yes. Our other podcast name was taken.
Yeah.
Yeah, it turns out that the Joe Rogan podcast is a name that is already used. Who would have known? I couldn't think of a single podcast.
I couldn't either. But, yeah, that should do it for this week.
Look out for a load management podcast.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know. Is that ever going to happen again?
I don't know.
The Load Management Podcast is a patented podcast name, also under the No Cell Podcast Network. It is a basketball-themed podcast.
Yep, that may be returning at some point.
It features people that are not me, so if you think me taking the podcast off the rails is a bad thing, then have I got a podcast for you?
Yeah, so that should do it for this week. Thank y'all for listening.
It's always fun.
Yeah, we'll see y'all next episode.
Yep, bye.